Well, we've got a question from our viewer. One of our viewers has been tracking a bill of great interest to that viewer. I don't know much about it, but I'm sure our distinguished panel will be. I put the pressure on you now. This viewer from Alexandria wants the panel to talk about the sprinkler bill. Caller doesn't believe the benefits, saving enough lives, justify the investment cost. All I know about the sprinkler bill is that 15 years ago, during a prior life, I was a city attorney, and we had a big argument about whether or not it made sense to require sprinklers in elderly commercial buildings where the basement was basically storage, and why should you go through the cost of imposing sprinkler systems? I gather this is something similar.
Sure.
Want to take a run at it?
I sure will, Barry. Thank you. I am not a supporter of the sprinkler bill.
So tell us what the bill is first.
I'm not 100% sure. But if you have a home that's built, I believe if it's over 4,000 square feet, then you're required to put the sprinkler system in. It's interesting. I got an email last night from a retired assistant police chief in a fairly large city in, I'm going to say, western Minnesota. And he told me in his email that the best way to save lives from fires is having the integrated fire alarm system, so that if the power goes out, you've got the battery in there, it's hooked up to the live wires and so forth. You have those in. You can put those into a home for $300 or $400 or $500. The sprinkler system can cost you between $10,000 and $12,000 to put that in. And if by chance you have an accident and the sprinkler system goes off, now you've got substantial damage in the house. And in the email that this former assistant police chief, who said he had 30-plus years in the service in the firefighting business, he told me that since 2001, and I don't know how accurate all this is, but there haven't been any lives lost in new constructed homes where the integrated fire alarm system is. So I think that, well, especially in Rosa, one of the things we're talking about is workforce housing. We have a shortage of workers, so if people are looking for jobs, we've got all kinds of them in northwest Minnesota at some of our major manufacturers, but one of the things that we're running into that's keeping people away is workforce housing. If you're going to bring in new people and you've got, you're adding costs to new homes, it makes it unaffordable, and I don't know that the science is there to back this up. I just think that it's not something that we should be doing at this time.
I agree also. I don't think we should have sprinkler systems in single-family homes. And it adds to the cost.
You're not opposed to them, but it shouldn't be required.
It shouldn't be required. If someone wants to put it in, good for them, but it shouldn't be required, because what it does is it adds to the cost of the home. And needless to say, right now, we want to get our contractors working. And having that sprinkler system can deter somebody from building a home. And I think, Dan, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 4,500 square feet was the size of the home they wanted to require that in. But if it's a single-family home, that should be their decision.
And I think also, Barry and Jay, that the square footage also includes your garage, if I remember correctly.
It could, yeah.
So I just, I appreciate the concern that people have, and I think that there's a lot of good intention in some of this stuff. But when you really sit down and start digging through the policies and so forth, I don't think that at this time that it makes sense to do that. And the mandate is what bothers me. If Barry or Jay wants to put a sprinkler system in their home, absolutely more power to them. Go right ahead. Who am I as a legislator to wade into the decisions that you make inside of your home?
What is the status of this bill? Do we know?
I just had a bill up yesterday, and it was in the jobs bill. It was with Tim Mahoney's bill. And it was added in the Senate, I think, to put the sprinkler systems in, and we'd like to take that out because it could kill my bill. And what the bill was is to allow local building inspectors to inspect public buildings such as nursing homes, hospitals, and if that happens, that could kill my bill, which is unfortunate. So
the other thing that's going on in the Senate, it's generated a lot of email for me this week, is that a ban on installing, a ban on the mandate that requires the installation of the sprinkler system is in the Senate bonding bill. So that's an interesting twist on how we go about things. You talked about at the beginning, we're going to kind of unravel some mysteries here. Well, maybe the Senate might be over there creating some mysteries right now. I'm not sure.
So the Senate bonding bill has a ban on a mandate.
Yes.
So that would be along the lines you'd like to see from a public policy standpoint.
Well, it would be, but yeah, I'm not sure that the bonding bill is the necessary.
You're not suggesting that's the appropriate vehicle. I'm just trying to sort out where everyone lines up.
We make some sausage up there once in a while. So.
As Winston Churchill once observed, the problem with democracy is it's the worst possible system, but the advantage is that it's better than everything else we've tried. So,
Yep.